Hey Metas, today's we've got some scenario phase adjustment notes, some pretty exciting stuff, and then I'll have some quick bug fixes after. We have received feedback regarding weak mid-game pacing, prolonged character growth downtime, and suboptimal timing for unlocking advanced game mechanics in scenarios like Manibus and Way of the Winter. And I can definitely attest for this because I feel like I spend 4 weeks waiting and leveling to get to the end game, to spend 1 week there, and then everybody transfers out to another scenario. All right, so in the March 27th update, we plan to adjust the scenario phase durations and unlocked content for Manibus, Manibus Novice, The Way of the Winter, Evolution's Call, and so in Manibus, we plan to introduce Nightmare difficulty securement silos, which will be very nice. Ooh, and Apocalypse difficulty. To the Prime War. Okay, so it looks like there's bad punctuation here, but it's Nightmare difficulty, securement silos, comma, and Apocalypse difficulty to the Prime War. Both will feature weekly challenge limits and enhanced rewards. So these are going to be new highest level difficulty than we've seen before, and the rewards for which you will get these will be limited per week. The following adjustments are not final. We will make further optimizations after gathering player feedback and announce the final adjustments before the update. Number 1, Manibus Novice. To enable players to explore the entire map and tackle higher level difficulty dungeons earlier in the Manibus Novice scenario, we will shorten the durations of Phase 1 of Mist of Mirage, Phase 2, Phase 3, to address the feedback regarding insufficient time to tackle dungeons in the mid to late game. We will extend the duration of Phase 4 and Phase 5. So here you're going to see it used to be 6 for Phase 1 will be 4, 7 for Phase 2 will be 6, 7 to 6 for Phase 3. Phase 4 gets increased by 2 days. Phase 5 gets increased by 2 days. Personally, I would like to honestly see the phases get either entirely eliminated or phases 1 through 3 cut in half from where they are now, because I personally hate the time gating. Way of the Winter. So same things. They're going to do 7 to 5 on Phase 1. It's a shorter overall scenario, so they're adjusting it by more in the earlier scenarios. 8 to 5 in Phase 2. Phase 3 remains unchanged. You get 5 extra days in Phase 4, and nothing changes in Phase 5. For Evolution's Call, it looks like they're giving you, in Phase 2, hard dungeons instead of that wouldn't come until Phase 3. And when you would normally get Phase 4 Pro, you'll get them in Phase 3. The durations don't appear to change. For Manibus, to reduce the bottlenecks for repeat players, and that's definitely happening for me, we'll expedite everything. To make it easier for repeat players to access high difficulty dungeons, we will move hard dungeons, high risk public events, and the Prime War hard to Phase 2. Excellent. And pro dungeons to Phase 3. Thank you so much. Again, I might still want to see this cut in half. And let's see, we'll add the Nightmare to Phase 3. That's nice. So you get 2 phases now instead of just the 1 phase usually. And the Prime War gets added to Phase 4, which is not going to really give you any more time than normal. And looks like Prime War, Nightmare, and Apocalypse, that's not changing from Phase 4. I would like to see that come earlier. Because again, you get like 16 days. It feels like a week. I don't know. I'm sure it's actually 16 days and it just feels shorter. But I would really want to see a lot of this stuff earlier and even more of this just cut down. It's a step in the right direction, but honestly, I don't love the phases. So yeah, just real fast, it actually seems like the time durations for regular or the hard mode Manibus is not changing. They're just giving you things earlier. Interesting. They're not showing that before, it looks like. But yeah, anyway, you can look at this table here. All right, new challenges. The Prime Wars Apocalypse difficulty and Nightmare difficulty securement silos are new additions to Manibus hard mode. Try them out if you're looking for a bigger challenge. How to access. The Prime Wars Apocalypse difficulty can be accessed via all existing Nightmare difficulty zones. Nightmare difficulty securement silos can be accessed by choosing the new difficulty level in existing securement silos. I think there might be some translation issue here. Okay, Apocalypse in Nightmare, yes. Okay. And choosing, yeah, got it, never mind. The challenge rewards. Nightmare difficulty is now available in all 6 securement silos with an independent weekly challenge limit. There are bonus rewards for the first clearance. Each zone of the Prime War shares a weekly challenge limit. And it says independent. So this seems like you could do the Nightmare difficulty in all 6 of these with that weekly limit. It doesn't sound like that's the case. I had heard that it was going to be all silos share the same cooldown, but if you read this, and it could be a translation issue, it looks like each one is going to have their own independent challenge limit. So we'll have to see if they clarify that and correct that. Monoliths and Leah Research Labs. New Nightmare difficulty will be added to these dungeons. Unfortunately, it will be in a future update, not the March 27th one, but they are at least working on it. Schedule. All of the above scenario phase adjustments, and I'm going to just stop right here for a second because, yeah, this is going to be great because this is the biggest thing that people complain about in the game right now, I feel like, is that there's not enough of an end game. So you're going to get an extra hard Prime War, you're going to get extra hard dungeons, you're going to get extra hard Leia Lab, which for Manibus at least is the hardest activity that you can do solo or in a small group. So yeah, this is going to really give people a lot more incentive to play the end game. And hopefully as they see how this rolls out, we will continue to get harder difficulties added. So for the schedule, all of the above scenario phase adjustments will only apply to servers opened after the March 27th update. Existing servers will not be affected. We plan to apply the following adjustments to Manibus hard mode scenarios opened before the March 27th update. And you can see here, it's got a table of what they're planning to change. Normal Pride War in Phase 2, hard and high-risk public events are in Phase 3, Pro Prime War in Phase 4, Nightmare Silos in Phase 4. Again, I'd like to see all of this sooner. So hopefully if they hear our feedback that we like this step in the right direction, but would prefer that they continue to cut it down, they will do so. So let's let them know. They are working on gameplay expansions for other scenarios. That's nice. Stay tuned for updates. And if you have any questions, you can always contact them. All right, so we're going to move on to bug fixes now. All right, so these bug fixes are very short. It's just regarding the vending machines in Harvester Market. So we have fixed occasional issues where vending machines in Harvester Market were invisible from certain angles. Newly constructed vending machines can be used normally. So it sounds like you may need to deconstruct your existing one and reconstruct it, possibly, if you were having that issue. If the issue persists with already placed vending machines, metahumans, yeah, they just said what I thought. Additionally, solar vending machines that have listed items will be automatically reclaimed by the system after 72 hours of inactivity, and the items will be returned to the vault. Not sure that I like that. 72 hours feels a little short. If the problem persists after doing the above steps, please contact us via in-game customer service portal or CoDev feedback platform. All right, people, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to check out these videos as they come out. And if you haven't watched my Burn vs. Surge build tournament video, check it out on screen now. Thanks.